نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين العارفين إلى يوم الدين. قال الله عز وجل في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد. يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة. وقال الله عز وجل في شأن حبيبه مخبرا وآمرا: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي. يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم وسل عليه. The first question is, I want to become a murid, how should I go about it? The answer to that is, the person who you feel can be a true guide to you, just say Bismillah and take the step and make bay'ah. There's no question about that. Has any other woman reached a maqam such as Rabia al-Basri in this age? Is it possible? Do you know, just recently I discovered, I'm not going to tell you the detailed history of it. The only thing I can tell you is this, that I came to learn about the person who was the Ghaus of the last century. I came to learn about him and his powers. And I asked somebody who was his student, you know, and I'm not just talking, you know, like we talk about, oh yeah, my Shaykh is Ghausul Azam, my Shaykh is so-and-so. I'm not talking about the rubbish, you know, titles we give. I'm talking about the real, serious people in Allah's spiritual government. I came to learn of him, who was the Ghaus of the last century of a particular area. So I asked one of his students, who is now, mashallah, very accomplished, and he'll really admonish me if I tell you what his maqam is. But I told him, I said, who was his teacher? Who was the teacher of that Ghaus who's passed away? He told me, if you want to go and meet his teacher, there's a lady who's buried 30 miles away, that was his teacher. So, is it possible in this age? Well, it was possible about 60, 70 years ago. I'm not so sure. About now, it's only possible if you want to make it possible. There's no distinction between men and women. In piety, women can achieve the same acclaim and status and maqam as the men. Except, one good thing about women, they don't show off about it as much. They do a little bit, but not as much. But men, if they have it, they really show off about it. Right? MashaAllah, this is the weakness of men. We like talking. Women talk a lot as well, but men, they like to boast a lot as well. But the women, those that achieved great maqam, they didn't boast about it. They just went ahead and did it. They didn't want acclaim or adulation or recognition. They only wanted to be recognized with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they went forward. And alhamdulillah, does a Shaykh select only a special few of his murids to transfer certain secrets, divine knowledge? I'll pass on that one. I don't know what other shuyukh did, how many they passed it on to. I'd be lying to you if I told you, yes, it's only a few, or no, it's thousands. The only thing I will tell you is if you become to the maqam of Hazrat Ghaus al-Azam Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the king of the awliya, and even if you want to become a wali today, your application goes to him first. He signs it, and then Allah makes you his friend. When he was alive, do you know how he made walis? Somebody was robbing his house, thieving in his house. He found out somebody's robbing in my house. Went to his house, caught the thief, touched him at the back, and just with that touch made him a qutb of the time. Huh? So you see the power of the, not the infrared, the spiritual waves. Just touched him at the back, cleaned him up, and made him the qutb of a certain area. How does one know what whether they are making a spiritual connection with the right Shaykh? Well, you don't know, you feel. And if you feel that you are making that progress, and different shuyukh have different styles. Somebody came to me, and I can only tell you about my own style of things. Somebody came to me and said, "Oh, Shaykh Sahab, I want to become your murid. What tricks can you do with your tasbih?" I said, "Listen, brother, you need to go to Billy Joel's circus." And people come to me and say, "Oh, I want to become your murid. Can you tell me my future?" Do I look like a gypsy? Silly things like that. Yes, I am a gypsy in terms of wandering around, a faqir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I hope I emanate towards that position. But no, there are people in the past that people came and they told them certain things and did certain things. No, I don't believe that that's important. What tricks I do with my tasbih and what future I tell. In my view, that's getting God on the cheap. That's selling God. Look, I can give you God, I can give you these tricks. No, I believe in purification of the heart. And somebody who wants to join our silsila, it's hard, it's tough, but inshallah, we'll get there in the end, inshallah. Is it a rule that you sleep with wuzu? Your soul goes to Jannah to read salah. The answer to that is your soul doesn't go to Jannah. It's wishful thinking that it does. But no, the soul is in a good place. You should go to sleep with wuzu, because this is the prophetic sunnah. When you read Quran and you need to stop, what is it that makes your heart urge you to carry on reading and reading?